win again. So Martin Fry and William Roach later, and when we come back, the non-stops will be chosen by Carolyn Hamilton in March in Cambridgeshire. And it's Mike next with the news.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Mike Powell. Vladimir Putin has used an annual speech marking the Soviet victory over Nazi Germany to blame the West for Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Speaking to a huge military parade, President Putin claimed that NATO was a threat to Russia. The Defense Secretary Ben Wallace said this was a fairy tale claim. The historian Owen Matthews writes about Russia for The Telegraph and The Spectator. He says it was a surprise that there were no new announcements.
Many people expected him to declare the conflict an actual war. He didn't escalate, he didn't declare it a war. But the biggest takeaway is that he's essentially declaring there's a lot of fight still left in him and a lot of fighting still to do in Ukraine.
Protesters in Poland have thrown red paint on the Russian ambassador. Sergei Ondreev was met by hundreds of activists opposed to Russia's war in Ukraine as he arrived at a cemetery in Warsaw to mark Victory Day. Poland, a strong supporter of Ukraine in its resistance to Russia's invasion, was opposed to any large-scale commemoration of the day from taking place. The leader of the DUP has again refused to enter into a power-sharing agreement in Northern Ireland with Sinn Féin. Sir Geoffrey Donaldson said his Unionist Party would not allow the winning Nationalist Party to nominate a First Minister unless the UK government negotiated changes to the post-Brexit agreement. The Northern Ireland Secretary, Brandon Lewis, has said voters deserve a stable and accountable government. The former head of the Northern Ireland Civil Service, Sir David Stirling, thinks they're unlikely to get it.
I think it'll be messy. Ministers will be able to continue to keep their departments ticking over. The absence of an executive also means they will not be able to agree a budget and a programme for government. And, we really, really badly need a programme for government.
Sir Keir Starmer has spent the morning deciding whether to resign if he's fined for breaking lockdown regulations. Durham police are investigating whether the Labour leader should be penalised after he was pictured drinking beer during a visit before a by-election last year. Sir Keir denies doing anything wrong. Jeremy Corbyn's Director of Policy, Andrew Fisher, says that if Sir Keir is not issued with a fixed penalty notice, then he'll be in a stronger position than Boris Johnson.
Because if you haven't investigated, I was cleared, you were found to have broken the law and were fined, possibly multiple times. There's a huge difference there, and I think people will respond to that.
Travellers hoping to fly out of Birmingham and Manchester airports were reporting very long queues this morning. Pictures on social media showed hundreds of people waiting outside the terminals. Both Birmingham and Manchester airports say the queues were being managed. The answer to today's Wordle has been changed amid controversy that it may be too politically charged. The New York Times, which bought the game earlier this year, changed the answer from fetus to shine. There's speculation the US Supreme Court could lift the legal right of all Americans to an abortion. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 3.
Thank you, Mike.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds.
Here come the oldies.
BBC